wings to fly. I joined Rapogi High School. Wangapi wanajua St. Joseph's Rapogi? In Migori County. So there was some light. Sindio? When I joined St. Joseph's School, because nilikuwa naona, ni mimi ndio nilirudi class 8. After nimevaa longi, I have to prove them. Form 1, I used to get A's. Out of 480 something students, I was always in top 10 in Form 1. The whole of the year. Tukaingia Form 2. Nikaanza kusahau mali nimetoka. Yeah? We are students. Hizi vitu happen, sindio? Nikaanza kurudi number 30, number 50. Time naingia Form 3, niko huko number 180. Mnanipata? Na zina happen, ujui tu vile unarudi, unashtukiaga tu report forms zinakuja, huko. Sindio? Form 3, nikakuwa prefect wa dining hall. Mnanipata? Hizi ni vitu zenye mna experience huko kwa shule, si ndio? Nikakuwa pili wa dining hall. Sisi ndio wa kusema. Yeah? Nimeenda nikasahau ile nilipitia. Father is not there. Mother yuko hapo hata jiwezi. Alinilipia tu fia Form 1 na ilikuwa land. Na mwenye alilisiwa bado analima. Hakuna kitu home. So when we went for a congress in Nairobi, then nikasikia stories from alumni also. Mwenye pia alimaliza was an ELP. Then I took my time. I shared my story with him. Tukaongea. And he told me, yeah, pia alienda akasahau lakini kuna kitu alienda akafanya. This was term 3. Yeah? Form 3, term 3. Tunaingia Form 4. Sasa hiyo hata grades zimetoka huko A zikukuja huku. Nikipata C+, kibahati. Yeah? Hata hiyo C+ unaona umepita. So tuliongea. Then nikakaa chini. Nikajiuliza, after nimetoka na D Rapogi, nitaenda wapi? Nitaenda kungoja yule jamaa malize ile shamba tamu yake, tuendelee kulima. Yeah? So I made some decision from that day. And that is why I'm here. When I got to Form 4, I took my time. I did not resign. He gave me tactics of how to be a leader in school. You lead, you give the service. So, nikakuwa na ujanja. Najua shule si yako, huwezi beba shule kwa kichwa yako. You go there and find ways. Kuna wengi hapa wenye ni leaders kwa shule. Wanadhani wao ndio wanaweza ongoza hiyo shule mpaka ikue kila mtu akue disciplined. Yeah? When you are a leader in school, you have to think also kuna maisha after that. Sawa? Yeah, most of you were asking yesterday that I'm a leader, now my results are doing this. Please take your time. I did not resign. I just made use of the juniors. Na nika change my grades from there. I took my time, changed the grades, and from C+, huko nilikuwa nagangana. Ikifika KCSE, I got an A-. And that made me to join the ELP. Sitaki kusema story mingi because of time, but I want to talk to that person. Mwenye anapata hiyo C yake sahi. You can change it. Okay? When I got the scholarship of the ELP, I joined the bank. I worked for the time before we joined college, and I saw the goodness of hard work and being an organized person. And you that is sitting here, mko na challenges, sindio? Kuna mtu ako na D hata sahi. I want to encourage you that you can change that D to an A or a B. Okay? I finished my college, University of Nairobi. I did economics and statistics. And now I'm at Equity Bank, Awendo, helping the mother who could not afford even the fee for another year. Ni sawa? Kila mtu mwenye yuko hapa because of some reason. Sindio? And I want you to change that story. Hiyo story ya nyumbani nataka uibadilishe. This is a rare opportunity. Go back and sit down. Don't lose hope. You can still make it. Okay? The brain hiyo yenye ilipita ukachukuliwa scholarship haijaenda, bado iko. Ni wewe ndio bado hujakaza kidogo. Sawa sawa? Kaza kidogo. Do some things. Change things. I changed my friends. Unajua kama tuko shule, I was the dining hall captain. Wale wote walikuwa tu kando yako tu. Ikifika time ya sapa, unajua sisi ni marafiki wa DH captain. Wanaenda wanakula vizuri. Stories tu. You have to make drastic changes for you to succeed, okay? Drop them. You will meet new friends. Okay? Kama mtu anakudrag, drop. Sawa? Yeah, so that's my advice for you. The time is not there. I would have shared a lot. But I just want you to know that hata sisi wenye tuko hapa, we have stories. Now we changed them. So you can change it. So that one day pia wewe ukuje, useme story yako. Sawa? Yeah, I wish you all the best as you will be going to Form 4s. This is the time you can change that grade. Change it from a C to an A. You can do it. Believe in yourself. Plan yourself well. And you're going to make it. All the best, and may God be with all of you. Thank you, Trevor.
Thank you, Washington Dede. Tumpigie makofi. So, mnaona hizi stories si za jaba. Sisi tunanga stories za jaba. These are real experiences from former alumni who today are here with us. Some of us, we may not take these opportunities. At this point, I welcome Willis Hongo to share a word with us. Willis Hongo is my elder brother. My elder brother. And also a senior comrade. Very senior. So, get to learn from these people. The opportunities at the bank, the opportunities outside bank. Sisi tumefanya na hadi former wings to fly scholars wenye hawafanyi kwa bank, but wanatupea opportunities zingine places wanafanya. Contracts zingine kidogo anakulink. It's because of that connection. Tumpigie Willis makofi. Karibu sana Mr. Willis.
Good morning, everyone. As you've been told, my name is Willis Hongo Luande. I'm alumni of Sawagongo High School and Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology. I won't say much, and I'm a Wings to Fly alumni, class of 2015. That means I finished my university 2020. So I'll say this. Equity as our family has given us the foundation. It doesn't mean you need to think just after finishing, you will come back and work with Equity. Currently, I'm working with government chemist. Is there anyone who knows government chemist? So you need to love chemistry. There's a lot of opportunities outside there. And as my colleague has said, there's a reason you are here. You are not just taken because you are bright. There is something that made the members of selection board to take you. Don't take it for granted. Kindly. So from my side, I'll just tell you that if you do well with the foundation you've been given at Equity Bank, it doesn't mean you'll come back to work at Equity. For example, I'm a biochemist, and the banking sector, I'll just be, you might go there because of money, but do you have the passion to serve the humanity? What were you, why did you come to this earth? God did not just come, just wake up one day and then said, I want so-and-so to be given birth to a certain family. And there is always a reason why you are given birth to that family. You can't choose your parents. It will never change. Once you are there, you are there. You just need to embrace your parents. Sometimes your parents are not able, they come to school. Just go and welcome them. Do not say, oh, that's not my parent. You should not be disgraced. And you should always be proud of your parents. So when it comes to performance, one thing I'll say, discipline is something very important, because it almost cost me, for sure. When I joined school, Form 1, Form 2, I was always number 1. I was very bright, but in discipline, for sure. That's why I'm always very remorseful, and I always feel very sad when a scholar gets to be in discipline, and then and indiscipline comes in so many ways. I was not in discipline in terms of fighting my teachers or what, because what was happening there back at home was making me to be frustrated. I could not share what I was going through with anybody, and that's where indiscipline cases can start. So whenever you are facing something, don't fight it by yourself. I can remember there's a speaker here yesterday said, not just a speaker, she was Madam Alice, the BGDM of Kisumu branch. You need to find someone whom you can share your problems with. And I was not in that position. From 3, term 2, the entire time I was not in school. Can you be number 1 again? I will ask you that. Can you be number 1 if our entire time you are not in school? So from there, you need to convince people as well. Being that I was always number 1 and I'd never been involved in any problem, my branch champion by then, Mr. Osiro, he was there for me, he supported me, and he told me, Willis, just go and pick up yourself from where you left it. And I went and I talked to my class teacher, and he told me, I just want you to get me some good A's and go your way. I don't know what we'll do with them. And exactly that's what I did, because just like Washington said, when you are being selected, you're very bright. That's one thing that we have in common here. Situations that we have, each and every one of us might differ. But one thing I'm sure of is that we passed. And as Dr. James Wangi normally say, we are the best out of the best that this country can offer. So whatever we want to be, we can be. So from there, I went to school. I did my part. I gave my class teacher the A's. And when I applied for biochemistry, he told me, Willis, what do you want? I said, I just want to change life. Because you need to have something that challenges, that give you challenge. When I was in school, there's a young boy He was just a local. This boy, he just collapsed. He was epileptic. And I was wondering, how can I help? That's why now it was in Form 3. I started developing the interest of health research. That's why I just went to biochemistry, and I thank God that I've been given the chance. What I learned in school, I can now apply in real life. So, as Trevor do say, there is nothing here story ajaba. You can confirm. If you go to like now I'm stationed at Kisumu branch, the government chemist. It is next to Jaramogi Oginga Odinga Teaching and Referral Hospital. There is nothing story ajaba here. And I want you guys to think beyond just working at the bank. If it is your passion, it's okay, but it doesn't limit you. There are so many opportunities outside there. We need to go for them. And the bank cannot accommodate all of us. That's one thing for sure we know. And Dr. James Mangi normally say, the opportunities are scarce, and our ones will always be many. So as you are here, some of you still in uniforms, if you get to dress in Maseno school, it will not make you to be a Maseno school student. If you want to be in Maseno, you will never be, because you are now somewhere. The only thing you can do is to perform well and be with those Maseno school students outside there, where you will be in the same table. And to our girls, kindly behave. You normally make, like for example, I was in Kisumu branch. You normally make our branch manager to go through a lot, inviting the members of CSAC to come and talk about pregnancy. You are a kid, you are giving birth to a kid. Who is going to take care of that kid? Your parent. And you, when you are being given the chance, the parent was unable to take you to school. How will she be able to take care of the kid? Kindly, this is serious. This is very serious. Just take care of yourself. Everything has its own time. There's always time for planting to farmers, time for weeding, and then time for harvesting, and then time for post-harvest. Now you know like how many sacks you've got and to take to the market. Just like our life. Just take care of yourself. There's nothing will change. Na mwalimu wangu wa Kiswahili alikuwa amependa kutumia hii semi kwamba hakuna kipya chini ya mwanga. Hizi vitu zenye unataka kufanya watu walishafanya. If you want to be an example to the society, it's always very painful. A good person will always learn from others. Whatever someone did that was wrong makes you to be a better person. Something that he did which was good, you absorb. And then in school, maybe you used to defeat someone, and then all of a sudden this guy changes, he becomes better than you. Don't make someone who is better than you to be your rival. Get to learn from the best. If you want to learn, you cannot really learn from the best. You can't learn from those guys who are scoring poor grades and then, oh, that's my friend. Learn from the best, and there's nothing will bring you down. And I didn't have much. I just want each and every one of us. We are always a family here. No matter where you're coming from, we are always a family. That respect, discipline among us. So do not try to take anything that doesn't belong to you back home. Unaweza dhani you are scoring good grades as well, but when KCSE comes, you are shocked. it is because what you did. So, don't try to take anything which does not belong to you from this place. Not unless it's something that you've been given. Because down there, you are making our security officer to be phoneless. And that's someone who is an elder. He has a family. Maybe he wants to talk to his family, so he cannot. Just because a student who does not need to have a cell phone is taking a cell phone that belongs to an elder. Those are forms of curses. The words that will come from his mouth. No matter how bright you are, you can crumble down. So, our father, Dr. James Mwagi, has done his part. Do your part. Make him proud. Like, you need to be like, how can I say? Like now, Trevor will be somewhere else. Kobia. We are from different professional, sorry. So if I want assistance and I know Trevor will be somewhere, it is easy for me to get assistance because he knows me. Just like he was saying, you guys, you are going to finish, you'll join campus. By the whatever he said is true. Since my first year, second year, third year, I didn't know anybody. But when I joined fourth year, I knew somebody and I was given a chance to get the scholarship, the bursary, university bursary. It is a good money, it can help you. So if you know somebody, you'll always be assisted. It doesn't mean unajipendekeza, usijipendekeze kwa binadamu. They normally disappoint. Sawa? Usijaribu, more so our ladies, don't be vulnerable. If something was not meant to be, let it be that way. Kama uwezi saidiwa, sema tu, there's a reason why it has happened so. Sawa? I'm repeating to our ladies, they are the most vulnerable. Umesikia? Usikue vulnerable. Vulnerability, wachia watu wengine. Wewe umepewa wings. You can fly. So, and then there's another trend. I don't know why. Wings to fly are passing that high, and then elimu are flopping. I don't know. And then when it comes to respect as well, and then discipline, I don't know the difference. What we're wings to fly, they are very disciplined. What we elimu huku, everywhere wanasumbuana tu. Sijui hiyo trend imetoka wapi. So kindly change on those. I will not tell you that if you fail to work hard at 1 week to KCSE, you will pass. You'll always see stars and darkness. Make good use of the time for now. But when you wait until last minute, there's no way you can you can write a chemical equation if you don't know the rules that guides it. You must know. You can't write a chemical formula if you don't know, for example, sodium is Na. That means if I say Al, you'll say that's sodium and that's aluminium. So make good use of the time. Make good use of good friends. Just like my colleague said, Washington, they said, good friends will always make you to be a better person. Bad friends will always ruin good morals. That's all I can say. And let's make this day, this is our last day here. Let's make it be a memorable. Let it change the life of one of us here who maybe wanted to give up. And there's a special person here. You just don't know his role, Dr. Willis. Is someone whom you can contact in case you are having any problem from whichever school you will be, because he deals with the welfare of the scholars. You are privileged to be with him here. He's the head. So you need to get his contact. So whenever you have a problem there at school, you can reach him and you can be assisted. We did just come here to take good meals and go back. We came here to change so that we can change the lives of those people around. And then as I finish, there's this thing. It doesn't mean if you are sponsored by Equity Bank, your brother should also be sponsored. Or you seek scholarship elsewhere for him. For example, I was given that opportunity to be sponsored by Equity, but I promised, I don't think if any of my family members will ever be sponsored, I will always take good care of them. Like right now, I'm not bragging, but I'm paying school fees for my 2 brothers. No scholarship, myself. That's a challenge to you. Kama unataka like kwenyu tu musaidiwe, mwingine alisaidiwa, wewe pia usaidiwe, that's ikwe trend. Hiyo ni mbaya, that's unfortunate. Once taya imewakishwa kwenyu, umepata that chance, saidia wengine kwa hiyo familia yenyu, saidia your brothers, saidia your sisters. Ukue like ulipewa the chance and you are spreading the chance within your family. Sawa? Usikue ati you want to make your family to be sponsored. Kila mtu akuwe sponsored. Uko na mkono. But if you fail, I'm sorry to say so, you'll never be. You'll never have the chance.
Kindly confirm kama watu wameketi hapa mbele kuna t-shirt.
Okay.
Kama wana, start Triad.
Okay. So sorry. Au wenye wamekaa mbele, make sure uko na shirts za either elimu ama wings to fly. Hizi ma front seat. Kama una allow mtu akuna shirts ndio akuje mbele. Sawa?
Just remain seated. Remain seated. Those who are sitting in front, I think there shall be shirts for those who don't have. Kindly maintain silence. Maintain silence. Maintain silence. Kindly, one of the chaperones kindly confirm for me with Mr. Evans Ainga the schedule, because wanasema the guest of honor amefika. One of the chaperones. Thank you, silence. Let's maintain silence. At this point, allow me invite our guests from Higher Education Loan Board, or rather HELB. I am a beneficiary of HELB. And also, I am a beneficiary of HELB bursary. So you see where you will go, there will be a bursary. And not all of us are usually beneficiary of that bursary. So get to learn these things as early as now. As early as? Thank you. Karibu sana. Welcome. Tumpigeni makofi. Welcome.
Thank you. You should thank God and also thank Equity. My name is Marion. I work with Higher Education Loans Board. What I do is that I empower dreams. whatever you want to be, we make it happen. I'm glad that he is a beneficiary of both the HELP loan and also the HELP bursary. Perhaps as they are setting up, if I may ask somebody randomly, who knows what HELP is? Just one person, if you can raise up your hand and you're very audible. Someone. There's a hand at the back.
Lower the microphone. Ukimaliza, na hata amesema ni 10 minutes.
Just 10 minutes.
10
Minutes. So I am here to sensitize you about financial transition to tertiary education and the opportunities that are available for you. Right now, you guys are being funded or sponsored by Equity. You are at high school level. When you finish high school, you'll either transition and go to university, or you may go to maybe a college, you may go to poly, you may go to KMTC, you may decide to go to, which other, you can decide to go to maybe technical institutes. So those are the tertiary education, anything that you do after high school. Next slide, please. So as HELP, we started our operations in 1995. And we have been giving students loans. We have been giving them.
Hello? Morning. All our scholars with the t-shirts. You're supposed to occupy the front row. Chaperones, can you facilitate that very, very fast? Very, very fast. Haraka sana. Without creating any commotion. Kama uko hapa mbele na una t-shirt, the front seat I'm talking about is, excuse me, from the red seats, the first line of the red seats. Yeah, not the front kabisa. The first line of the red seats, backwards. Haraka sana. Let's hurry up. Let's hurry up very, very fast. Program, as I told you, program. We are talking about elimu or wings to fly t-shirts. Wenye wako na t-shirts, wings to fly or elimu ndio wanakaa mbele kabisa. Haraka kabisa. I'm giving you 2 minutes so that we can continue the presentation. You come with your notebook and pen.
Where she was seated.
Very fast. 2 minutes, 2 minutes. 2 minutes na utoe hizo sweta. Kama uko na t-shirt na umevaa sweta, unatoa. Mwenye ako na sweta rudi nyuma kabisa, kabisa kabisa. Sweta ama jumper, rudi nyuma kabisa. Asanteni kwa kunipigia makofi. Niongezee makofi makubwa kabisa. Alafu nyinyi pia mjipigie makofi. Clap for yourselves. Thank you, thank you. Very fast, Very fast, very fast. We, we. If you can hear me, clap once. If you can hear me, clap once. Thank you very, very much. I see you are very sharp today. Looking good. Today is a climax. As we already prepared you, today is a climax. Make sure that you are very, very attentive. You are going to learn a lot. We have brought you a delegation of distinguished guests from various organizations, and also to give information that you require for your future. I know you are about to transition Form 4s. You are about soon transitioning to institutions of higher learning. You really need this information. During our time, we never got this opportunity. So I urge you to make good use of this time. I believe we are making good progress. How many people from the day we began, you've learned a thing or two by a show of hands? If you have learned a thing or two, wonderful, wonderful. Now you are more enlightened, isn't it? You are better people than you were when you came. That is the desire, that is our joy, that at the end of this Congress, you will be more and more empowered to be able to pursue your aspirations and dreams. It's a bright morning. It's a good morning that God has made. We also appreciate God for giving us the gift of life, right? It is not, we can't.
Initially, next slide, please. We have moved from the 2021 class going backwards. We used to have a model which we are now calling the old funding model, where students were benefiting something we called a grant from the government. They were covering 80% And then your household, or when you get the loan, it should cover 20% of your expenses. But we did, next please, we didn't find that to be very sustainable because times are changing. Last year you could have found that maybe bread was 60 bob. Right now it's 65 bob, right? The prices of things are rising, and the same applies to the courses, the cost that you are using to access things when you go to tertiary education. So we saw that universities are in financial crisis, students are dropping out of schools, others are engaging in unethical activities. You can even hear comrades, they are saying that tunainama, wengine wana drop out of school. We tried to consolidate all those things and we came up with a new funding model. Next slide, please. Next again. Next again. So when you look at those three students, initially there was a slide that maybe if we can go back again, back again. Yes, there. So this was the old funding model. Every student was getting the same amount of scholarship from the government, regardless of your economic background, regardless of whether you have disability, regardless of the course that you are doing. So you could find that there are students who are really struggling to be able to accomplish their goals. The taller student, of course, he has advantage. Now to the slide where I was. Right now we are saying that FAIR is not giving everybody the same amount. To be honest, like some of you are here, you are being sponsored. You are total orphans, right? And there are others who have both parents, somebody like maybe the president's daughter. Is it fair for you? And maybe if Charlene was to go back to university, Charlene Ruto, is it fair for you to be given the same amount? Yes, so we are considering your status for us to give you the amount of loan, amount of scholarship, and also the bursaries that you need. So we give everyone so that all of you can be successful. Next. So, and we also not just doing that as HELB alone. Right now we have incorporated COOPS, we have incorporated Ministry of Education, and also the University Funding Board. So the University Funding Board, they majorly sponsor your scholarship. HELB, we give loans and bursaries. COOPS, I believe they were here yesterday. They place you to institutions of higher learning. Ministry of Education, those ones, State of Department for Technical Education, those ones, they deal with TVET courses, whether you're going to do a diploma, certificate, craft, artisan, HELB will fund you. Next slide. The differences between what we used to offer in their time and what you guys are going to get. Initially, if you are placed by COOPS, it meant that automatically you are going to get government funding. Right now, that is not the case. You could be placed by COOPS, but that does not mean that you are going to get the scholarship. When you're applying for the HELB, and I will take you through the application process, you need to select that you need a scholarship. In addition to that, COOPS can place you to an institution where you do not qualify for maybe scholarship, assuming you choose to go to a private institution. That way you can only get the loan, but you cannot get the scholarship. And the good thing is that while applying for a course, I believe you are taken through yesterday, you are told that maybe if you select maybe an institution like Maseno University, it's the closest to where you are, you're eligible for both the loan and the scholarship. Maybe next to it is Uzima. Uzima is a private university. It tells you that you are only eligible for a loan, but COOPS will place you to Uzima. So being placed in an institution does not automatically mean right now that you can be able to get funding. Also, if you are placed in TTCs, they train teachers. So far we have NHIF. We check that. And then also we check the affirmative action. Are you a person with disability? Are you an orphan? Are you coming from a marginalized place? What is your gender and the course that you are doing? Number 3, we check the socioeconomic data. That is, how many are you in your family? You could be an only kid and there's another person there, 20 children. So this one that there are 20 children, even if their parents are working, their pay slip is already strained. So you may find that they are qualifying for more amount as compared to the ones who have few children. And finally, how much your family is incurring in education. When you're applying, we'll ask you, do you have any other sibling who is in campus? Do you have another sibling who is in high school? And you're supposed to attach their fee structure as evidence. So based on that, we come up with something called an MTI score, and we classify you into 5 bands. Band 1, band 2, 3, 4, and 5. Band 1, we say that you are very vulnerable. You qualify for a high amount. Band 5, we say that you are needy, but you are less needy. So nobody is missing. You will either be in band 1 or band 5. Then next, please. So if you are going to do a degree course, and assuming that maybe you are going to do medicine, the cost is around 600,000. The university is first of all supposed to offer you 15% discount on the actual cost. Initially, they were just checking the tuition fee and maybe those things that are written on your fee structure. But right now, we check also even something like how much is it going to cost? Like if you're going to go to the laboratory and anything that you pay to the institution, the cost is usually written there. So band 1, you will get 95% government funding. That means you will get 70% scholarship, a loan of 25%, and then the 5% you are supposed to contribute, either you yourself or your parent. Out of the loan of 25%, upkeep will be 60,000. So regardless of the cost that you are doing, the upkeep at band 1 is 60,000. So out of this 60,000, you can decide to remove part of it to pay your fee if you have no sponsor or you have nobody to help you, or your household can contribute that for you. Band 2, you get 90% of government funding, that is scholarship of 60% and a loan of 30. Band 3, you will get a scholarship of 50% of your program cost and a loan of 30. Same to band 4, 70, and band 5, 60. That is for degree students. Next slide. If you are doing diploma, you are doing artisan, you are doing craft, you are doing certificate course, and you apply, you will get 92.5% government financing. That is a scholarship of 70% and a loan of 22.5% of the cost. With TVET courses, their cost does not exceed, is it 68,150? Does not go above that. So the maximum you can pay is 68,150. Out of that, scholarship will be 70, loan will be 22.5, then an upkeep of 16,600. This upkeep that has been written on the bottom, it's usually either sent to your M-Pesa or to your bank account. I will come to that later. Next slide. So how is this implemented? The first thing that you have to do, okay, maybe prior to even placement, is that you have to do your Form 4 exams, right? You wait for the results. Once the results are out, you now apply for COOPS. When COOPS has placed you, or when you have secured admission to any institution of higher learning, you now go to the help portal to apply. We'll ask you to register and you either apply for the scholarship and loan. We have found some instances where some students are only applying for scholarship, maybe due to they don't need the loan, or also their religion bars them from applying for loans. So you don't have to apply for both. You can apply for what you need. Then band 3, not band 3, but number 3, after applying, we now go to disbursement. Next. So the portal looks like that. If you Google the higher education financing portal, it looks like that. You're supposed to key in your email address, enter your password, and then you log in. That if you have already registered. If you have not registered, please go next. You have 2 options. You may be asked, do you have an ID? Like the ones who are in Form 4 right now, how many of you are going to be 18 by next year around July? Great. Next year, July, not this year, July, 2025, July, that's when you guys are going to be applying for the loan. So if you have an ID, it will ask you, do you have your national ID? You say yes, you put in your ID number, your first name, then you go to validate. And then some say, I don't have an ID, I'm under 18, I cannot apply for HELB loan. That is not the case right now. Right now, whether you have an ID or not, you are able to apply for the loan. That's a good thing that came last year around October. So if you don't have an ID, please next. You'll be asked, do you have an ID? You say no. Then it will ask you when you search for your KCSE, you input your exam year, you put your KCSE index number, and then your COOPS program code. And then you click on validate. So whether you have an ID or not, you are able to apply for both the loan and the scholarship. Then when you log in, you go to your profile, it will ask you to fill your details, your name, your gender, background, your parents' details, where you are placed to do your course, your guarantor, whether you have disability, and also your bank details. Bank details, like if you are under 18, of course you do not have an account, like or maybe an M-Pesa, because right now we pay either through M-Pesa or through bank. So if you are under 18, you'll have to open a junior account. And you guys being in Equity, maybe they can facilitate and open a junior account for you, so that when you are now keying in your bank details, you are able to apply for a loan. If you do not have a payment option, you will not be able to complete your loan application. Because as I said, when you are checking through the bands from band 1 to band 5, there's a place where I was talking about the upkeep. The upkeep comes to either your M-Pesa or to your bank account. So you are able to withdraw the money to use it for your personal needs. Next. After you fill out your details, we'll ask you to upload the required documents. So assuming you are not an orphan, the only thing we'll ask you to upload is your passport photograph and your national ID. If you are under 18, we'll ask you to upload your birth certificate. And then also, if your parents are deceased, you'll need to upload also your birth certificate and indicate their death certificate numbers, so that we can be able to validate that indeed you are their child. Next. So after you do that, right now we have data protection. We cannot just share your data, or you are not allowed to share your data. So you have to give us consent that this information that you have provided for us, we are free to use. But of course, for HELB, we'll not share it with unauthorized parties. Next. Then so that is the process that you'll take. Number 1, register and log in. That one I have already explained. Number 2, you fill your profile and upload the documents. That one I have explained. Then number 3, after you have given consent, it will ask you to apply for the loan and the scholarship. You will tick the box. If you just need the scholarship, you only apply for the scholarship. If you need both, you apply for both. If in the institution details you indicated that you are in a private institution, it will not give you an option to apply for scholarship. It will only give you an option to apply for for a loan. Again, if you're a self-sponsored student, assuming you do not want to be placed by COOPS, you go to Maseno, look for admission for yourself. You will also not get an opportunity to apply for scholarship. Scholarship is only meant for government-sponsored students in public institutions. Then step 4, you submit your application online. There is no bringing the forms to either Huduma Center or Nairobi Anniversary Towers or sending them via posta or EMS. Right now you submit online and then you wait for an award. We'll award you a loan, a bursary, and also the scholarship. And then number 6, you wait for the notification for payment. Then, while you're waiting, we usually say that the turnaround time is around 60 days. You can check your progress. Has my loan been paid? Has my scholarship been paid? You can either check it through the student portal or the mobile app. We have a mobile app and we also have an USSD that is running. If you are not able to do that, you can go to your registrar. They have an institution portal. Next slide, please. They can also be able to check for you. Like if you're in JQuat, they will be able to check the status for you. Next. So what you can apply for, if you are in university, you can apply for the undergraduate loan. That is for students who have just finished Form 4. You are a self-sponsored student. And also, if you are salaried, you could be salaried, but that's when you are doing a degree. So we are also able to fund you. But for salaried students, we'll give you at a different interest. Then we have the TVET loan. That is for either for both government-sponsored students and self-sponsored. The difference is for government-sponsored students in TVET, they will get scholarship, but self-sponsored, you will not get any scholarship. But the awards are the same. Then you can get bursary, we have scholarship, and we also have partnership funds. For partnership funds, we have funds that are coming from institutions, and we have funds that are also coming from counties. We have partnered with some counties and they are giving us funds. We are giving to the people who are belonging to that county, like for, not county, but constituencies. Like around we have a window. If you're coming from a window, you can apply for that fund and help will give you. We used to have one for Karachuonyo, but the repayment is not very good. And then we have the postgraduate loans. So maybe for the guys who are seated in front, if you need a loan, we can also give you. Next. That will be the end of my presentation. So if there's anyone who has a burning question. Question? Please stand. Please stand.
So my question is, this help, is it refundable after the university, or is just free?
Because of time, I can just take one question. Then again, we can super do around.
Immediately, actually.
She will go first.
So. Okay, I'm advised because of time, you may need to write down your questions. Then as you break for tea, I will take them. But yes, help is a loan, so you will have to pay. Repayment time depends. For partnership funds, it depends with the terms and conditions. But for help loan, we usually give you 1 year after completion of studies. So 1 year after completion of studies, then the loan is due for repayment. For scholarship and bursaries, those ones are free, you do not pay. If we give you a bursary, that one is, it's a sign that you are a student who is needy, so you will not pay that. But for the loan, you have to repay so that we can fund other students. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you. Tumpigie makofi. Thank you, our guests from our Education Loan Board. Tumpigeni makofi tena. As I welcome the Red Cross team, kindly, kila mtu atoe sweater, and all chaperones, kindly let's converge at the back of the conference hall for communication. All chaperones to know that. Na kila mtu atoe sweater. Kindly, let me take this opportunity to welcome the Red Cross team. Silence. Silence. Karibu sana Mr. Omondi. Tumpigie makofi.
Don't want to share the need because I want to do a summary. Yeah, you just do this.
Good morning. That's not a good morning. Good morning. Yeah, that's better. So, I am Joseph Omondi, as you've been told, from Kenya Red Cross. I am an instructor. And today I want us to look at something slightly new. Maybe along the line, the previous speakers have talked about it slightly, but now I want us to look at it in depth. Now, this thing we want to talk about is anxiety. Anxiety. Order, please. There's a lot of murmuring at the back there. Let us just pay attention. We want to talk about anxiety. And when we talk about anxiety, I will first of all like us to have it from you. Like if I ask you people, what is anxiety? Can someone share with us what anxiety is? Anxiety. Nobody knows what anxiety is. Yes. Yeah?